Hello and welcome back. I'm Julie Ann, and today we're going to do a Christmas countdown again, but this time I want to show you my actual Christmas countdown, and I have it kind of all around me. I've done some other videos on Christmas countdowns, give you ideas, but I wanted to give you what I'm actually doing this year, which is 2020, and hopefully it'll inspire you to start your own, because I've really gone a little bit bigger this year than I have in past years. So I'm going to go through all the nitty gritties, what I did, my actual list, so that you can get ideas from what I'm actually using, and some of the thought process that went behind it, so that can help you as you design your own countdown to Christmas. So you could call this an advent calendar. You can just call it a plain old countdown. You could do whatever you want. You can count down to any holiday, but this is just kind of what I put together this year, and I want to show you some of the actual things that I did. So for starters, when you're going to design a countdown, you first need to know why. What is your purpose? Why are you doing this? What's important to you? So for this year, when I did the countdown, I was thinking about, it's the pandemic year. And I know for my parents in particular, they're not going to be able to get out and do the things that they're used to doing. There's just not going to be events. They're not even going to be able to go to the diner and all the regular things that they're used to doing. My mom actually just got out of the hospital yesterday, so she's very limited. So the countdown's perfect. So I wanted to give them something to do. And then when I was thinking about it, as my three brothers, same thing. They're used to being able to go out and do a lot of different activities over the season, and that's all going to be missing this year. So part of my purpose is to have activities, give them things to do, and make the Christmas season special, to try to make up for the lack of other activities that they're used to doing. So that's my number one purpose. Number two is I wanted to create some memories. So I didn't want the memory of 2020 to be that was the year we couldn't do anything. So I really wanted to have a chance for them to create some fun, new memories. So I've worked that in as a lot of memory moments. So there's FaceTiming events, there's photos that they're going to be taking throughout the countdown, and also journaling. So I just wanted to create some lasting memories so that 2020 wouldn't be the downer year. They'd actually have something fun to remember. And I also just wanted to do something different. So one of my other reasons was, I've given the same kind of gift. I put a lot of thought into the gifts I give each year, but I just didn't know what to do. I mean, we've gotten to the point where my brothers are all older, I'm older, and we just don't need a whole lot of stuff. My husband in particular is like, I don't want more stuff. I don't need anything. And I'm sure you're getting to the point where if you have older family members, and if you have older kids that are just gotten to the point where they just don't need stuff anymore, this is actually going to be my Christmas gift to my three brothers. So I won't be getting them anything else. It'll just be this countdown. And it's a supplemental gift for everybody else. So those are kind of my reasons for going through this. Now, I will do a disclaimer right now. If you're my husband and you're watching this, turn this off. Or any of my family members, turn this off, because I don't want you to see what I'm actually doing for you this year. So you are not allowed to watch this video. Turn it off, especially my husband. I know you. So anyway, those were my reasons for doing it. And then once you have your reasons, that will help shape some of the things that you put into it. So I need to be thinking activity-based, right? Because I want them to be doing things throughout the holiday season. Then the next thing you want to be thinking about is know your people. Know what they will do and what they won't do, because a lot of my ideas are really kind of wacky and fun. And my daughter, that's her speed. We've done the countdown. Last year we did a similar one to this, and we had a lot of fun. So I know for her, she'll be on board with all my wacky ideas. But for example, my son, who's 21, is not going to be into these ideas. So I actually had to create different countdowns based on the person. So for my son, we've done the advent calendar for years with the little wooden doors, and you put something in it. And for my son, we're going to kind of stick to that, because he's got friends. They're all going to be home from college this year. They're going to be home the entire month of December, where normally they're not. Even last year, he wasn't home the whole Christmas season because they were still in college. But now all the colleges here in New York State are kicking the kids out at Thanksgiving, and they're going to be home the rest of the time. So I know he's going to be busy. I know he's going to have things to do. So these kind of activities are not going to appeal to him. So you have to know how to do the countdown based on the person. My parents are going to be a little less creative and a little less willing to do some of the wacky things, where my brothers might be a little bit more inclined. People who are couples, like my one brother who's married, will be more inclined to do some of the things than my brothers who are single. So you really have to know your people, know their tolerances, and kind of tailor it to them. And the one thing I'll say is I wound up with a bunch of different countdowns, and we're going to go through it in a minute. But some of the countdowns overlap. So my brothers, my daughter, and my parents overlap. So I have to pay attention, go very slowly when you're doing this, because you want to make sure that things line up. So if I have an activity that is crossing all of them, I have to make sure I put it on the same day for everybody and I don't mess it up and be like, darn it, I've got one on Tuesday, one on Friday, and that doesn't make sense. So make sure that, day one, everybody who's doing the similar items has the same thing on day one. Now for my husband and my son, again, they're very different. They're just not into the same goofiness that we're doing. So for my son, I'm not going to go through his, but I'm doing, the Advent with the doors. I'm going to probably get him like Lindor truffles, those little lint truffles. And I'm probably going to do sports trivia. And every day I do sports trivia and he has to, text me for the answers. That's about what I could get out of him. I know that he's just going to be busy and it's not going to be his thing. For my husband, and definitely make sure you've turned this off if you're my husband, he's going to have a kind of a grab bag of different things, and every day, so there's 24 things, he'll be grabbing something different, and it might be, a favorite movie. So I might say, okay, tonight watch your favorite movie about, that makes you feel the most nostalgic. Watch your second favorite Christmas movie. I know what his favorite Christmas movie is, and he watches that every year. So the challenge is watch your second favorite Christmas movie. Or it might be a fun fact, or it might be some random trivia. It might be to put together some songs for a playlist, like what's the song that makes you feel most about summer or whatever. So for his, it's a little bit different. I know he likes kind of the media trivia a little bit, but movies is kind of his thing. So his is a little bit different. His is more of a grab baggy, just different because he doesn't do the same goofy activities that the rest of us are doing. So then we're going to focus on the one that I'm doing for my parents, my daughter, and my 3 brothers. So that one is a much more elaborate one, and that's what we're going to focus on. So once you have your, why you're doing it, and your people, you know what you're doing, you need to come up with your list, right? So that's, that takes some time, takes some brainstorming. So you're coming up with 24 ideas, and once you have your ideas, you kind of want to put them in order. So this is just one of my little cheat sheets. I put everything down, starting with day 1 and going down till I had 24 days. And you kind of want to sit with this for a little bit, come down with it, come up with your ideas, but then kind of let it gel for, a couple of days and come back and look at it again, maybe tweak a few things, come back again. And like I said, there are variations of this. So my 3 brothers all have identical ones. My daughter has some slight variations, and my parents have some slight variations on that. So again, knowing your people. So once I had my list, then I had to start gathering all my supplies. So you have to think about 2 things. One is your actual items, if you're going to have items. You can do this totally on paper and have no items at all. That's what I did with the Christmas Countdown book. If you have seen the book or the digital planner, it was just a list of short story prompts. So you can just do prompts, you can do trivia like I'm doing with my son. You don't have to go this route. This is, again, as I said, it's a gift for my actual brother, so I wanted to actually spend a little bit of money. You don't have to, but I'm showing you how we did it. So you have to assemble your things. You have to think about what you're going to do, how you're going to, what are the gifts or items you need to purchase, so your shopping list. And the second thing you have to think about is presentation. So are you going to be with them? Like with my daughter, there really was no presentation because every night I would just say, hey, tonight is, whatever. And we would do it. So there wasn't anything I had to present for her because we lived together and that was easy. My brothers I don't see every day. My parents I don't see every day. So I had to think about how am I going to present this to them. So that's where I started. So I went to Michael's and found these. It was $19, but you got 3 sets of these, and there was 50 cents. So I got 150 tags. These are little tags. You can see them. It's a little tag. And I wound up getting 150 of these. So I needed to do 24 cards for each person. So my brother and his wife are 1. I have 2 other brothers, so that was 3 sets. And then I wanted to do a set for my parents, so I needed 100 cards. And then I was still on the fence with my daughter, my husband, my son, and how I was doing that. So I had 3 sets. So it really wasn't that much money. So if it's 20 divided by, I'm taking care of almost 6 people with it. So really not a big investment for me. So they're the little cute cards. They come in all these different colors. And then what I did was I bought stickers, these little numbered stickers, and you can find them. Etsy has tons of different, look for Advent stickers because they count down to 24, so you don't have to waste anything. You can find them on Amazon. I think this set actually came from Amazon. So you can definitely go online and find them. This was how I'm presenting each of the days. So I had my sheet that I created, and I ran it through my paper trimmer, cut it all up, and then put it on these little tags. So they'll pick day 1's tag on the first day, read the instructions on the back, and do that. So that's kind of how my presentation is. And then I got these little boxes. Actually went to Michael's. These are just photo boxes. And I got these on sale. I think this was $1.99 on sale at Michael's. can use your coupons, whatever. But you need something to, if you have actual physical items, you need something to put them in. You could use a gift bag. That's totally fine. I wanted boxes because I have dogs and I don't want the dogs getting into there's some food items in here, and I didn't want my dogs getting into the various food items if they were going to any of my brother's houses or my parents' house. I just wanted to make sure everything was kind of sealed up. So I did that. So those were my purchases at Michael's, and then everything else I bought at Amazon so that I could kind of get all my shopping done in one. I didn't want to go crazy. This is a lot of work. I'll not lie. This is a lot of work. Coming up with the ideas is a lot of work, and then putting it all together, a lot of work. So let's go through the items. So on day one, it says open package 1, and you'll need this throughout the countdown. And then, so what I did on there is everybody got a journal. So I got these at the Five Below store. Great store. Everybody has one of these. So I got 4. So again, my brothers and my sister-in-law had the same countdown. My parents and my daughter have different. So my daughter already has a journal. She doesn't need this. And my parents will never journal. So everybody has a journal. And again, that goes back to my purpose. I wanted to create memories. I wanted to capture memories. So they have a journal here. And then the other thing I wrote is there's their open package 1. So this will be wrapped in the box. So it'll have a number 1 on it. And they'll open it up and they'll wrap it. And then the second thing is I said, note baking night will be Saturday, December 19th. So if you have something that everybody needs to do together or something that requires preparation, you might want to tell them in advance so they can get on the calendar. So kind of a little cheat there, so they know baking night now is going to be December 19th, but at least they can put it on their calendar. They know to buy supplies in advance, and we're actually going to be FaceTiming baking day, whatever you want to call it. We'll be doing it all together. So that's day 1. Simple enough. Day 2 says, create a holiday playlist. You'll need this throughout the countdown. So, and one other thing, let me back up 1 second. On day 1, there's also a second sheet, little itty bitty note that goes with the journal explaining why they need the journal. Because otherwise, if they just open it and they're like, why are you giving me a journal? So this says, use this journal to capture your memories and experiences throughout the countdown. So that's important. Little piece that has to go with that. So you're explaining things. Okay, so day 2, make a playlist because it says, and it also says on here, you'll need this throughout the countdown. So the reason I did this was because there's a lot of days that they're going to be doing activities and it'd be nice to have music in the background. So I put this at the front of the countdown so that they would create the list and it would give them, number 1, an activity and a memory. They can use the playlist throughout the whole season, but they could also refer to it next year or whatever. So does a lot of purposes, covers a lot of ground with just a simple playlist. Day 3, it says open day 3 package. So day 3's package, this is just goofy. One day my brother came to Christmas with red socks on. We don't know why. He just did, and he made a big deal out of it, and it became a tradition. So it's Red Sock Night. It's a tradition created by my brother Bob. So everybody's going to put on their red socks, and I got 6 socks here on Amazon for $20. So that wasn't a bad deal. And they're tall and they're big, so you want everybody to wear it. And they're going to have to take a photo. So part of the memory making is take a photo, and then they have to share the photos, and we'll give kind of creativity points for the most creative photo. So that's what they're going to do with that one. So that's day 3. Again, it's just supposed to be fun, goofy, but my parents aren't going to do that, so their day 3 is a little bit different. For them, I wound up going in my many piles. Here we go. I just went to the store and got, these different kinds of puzzles, logic puzzles, word finds, word searches, and I'm ripping pages out. So on days when they're not going to do what everybody else is doing, I have them doing something different, and they like these kinds of things. So it's an easy thing to do. You can just kind of wrap it up in a goofy way. But that's what I got for them, so that on nights that doesn't make sense, they still have something to do. All right, day 4, open. Day 4 says open package 4. So package 4 is it's movie night, watch holiday movie while sipping hot cocoa. So very, very simple. Got to have the marshmallows, right? So grocery store find, not expensive at all. So I'm just going to wrap this with a cute little ribbon and put it in probably a little tiny gift bag that says number 4 on it. And then this is something my parents can do. Everybody can do it. So it's just simple. You have to keep it easy. If you make it overwhelming, they're not going to want to do it. So if each night is a really big thing, it's just, they're going to get worn out and they're not going to do it. So that's why I want to keep this very simple. So hot cocoa night, you're going to be sitting in front of the TV anyway, you must have some fun. Day 5 is family dinner at 6 o'clock at my mom's, or if you can't get to my mom's, around the tree at your house, and that we're going to FaceTime each other. So this doesn't cost me anything. There's nothing to present or wrap, though they each have to make a dinner or each have to have dinner and FaceTime us, or they can all get to my mom's house and we'll have dinner. So this is one of the ones that I need to tell my mom in advance, hey, we're going to be showing up at your house and crashing for dinner. So, but inexpensive. Day 6, this is Mission Kira. Here's my daughter's name. They all have to make a birthday card for my daughter because her birthday is in December. And I just thought it'd be fun if instead of going out to the store, you make a card. My brother, one brother who's in Connecticut, has been making cards the whole season because he just doesn't want to go to the store for one more thing. He just doesn't want to be exposed. So he's been making cards. So I decided to borrow that idea, and everybody's going to make a card for my daughter and mail it for her birthday. Day 7, watch a Charlie Brown Christmas. And that they have to go on YouTube and find it, or maybe they can go to the, if they have their library where they can get it. But I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube. But my kids never watched the Charlie Brown Christmas. Come on, it's a classic. So you could put any movie that you really want everyone to just remember. I picked Charlie Brown Christmas because, again, it's short. It's a cartoon. And for me and my brothers, it's something we always watch. So it's a bit of that nostalgia, bringing back a memory. We all watched that, and it was just like a tradition. So you can pick any kind of traditional thing to stick in there. Day 8, read a children's story. Either if you don't have a book, which most of my brothers are older, they're not going to have one, they can read one online. So go on to whatever. There's plenty of places where you can get a book online for free and read it. So I just wanted, again, I wanted to kind of create the memories, kick back to nostalgia. So that's what's going on with that one. Day 9, cut a paper snowflake from a piece of leftover Christmas wrap. So again, this doesn't cost anything. It's a simple enough activity. I actually told them go online and find a video because I'm not providing a video. So just remember, we used to do that all the time when we were kids. Everybody cut out a little paper snowflake. So just an activity for them. This is one that I'm not sure everybody will do, but maybe they will, maybe they won't. Day 10 is open package 10. And in package 10, we have, oh no, I didn't take it out. We have fuzzy pants night. So this was a tradition I started with my daughter, and we just bought really loud, ugly, funny holiday pants, and we put them on. So they have to put on their fuzzy pants and take a picture. So I got mine, actually, I wish I'd grabbed them. I forgot to pull them out. I got them at the Five Below store. So they were $5, and they actually were really long. I was impressed because usually, you go to the store and they shrink and they're so short. So and my daughter's very tall, so it was fun that I could actually find ones long enough for her. So fuzzy pants night, take a picture. Have a little bit of fun. Day 11, watch The Grinch while eating breakfast for dinner. Again, another fun memory for me and my brothers was we just always watched The Grinch. That was a tradition. So this time I'm going to have them watch it while they're eating breakfast for dinner because, green eggs and ham, Dr. Seuss, that's where my mind went if you're wondering why the connection with breakfast. But again, I just wanted to create goofy memories, have some fun. Everybody has some pancake mix or even a bowl of cereal. So it shouldn't be a stretch for any of them. Day 12 is my daughter's birthday, so it says celebrate my daughter's birthday. That was easy. Day 13 is Christmas lights night. So the challenge for them here is to either drive around and check out the holiday lights, or it's to go on to, if like my parents' case, go online and watch some Christmas video lights, something, anything you can find online for Christmas lights. And there is a show that you can probably find old episodes, The Great Christmas Light Fight. Try to say that. Great Christmas Light Fight. It was a television show, and you can find old episodes online. And these were over-the-top houses, and they talked to, they interviewed the families and had the craziest house set up for Christmas lights. So if you have a neighborhood that has some fun lights, you can go around and just drive around and check out the lights. If you have lights in the park, we have that here where you can drive through this lighted display. You could do that. But the idea is just to get them out and enjoy Christmas lights. Day 14 is write a poem or a short story or a favorite memory and then share it on Christmas. So again, they're going to refer to their journals here, and they're going to just write anything, and the point is that they'll bring it to Christmas Day. So that gives us an activity now on Christmas Day is, hey, share your whatever. I just wanted to write something, anything. It could be just sharing a memory, writing a poem. And I know each of my family members, like some will write a short story, some will write a poem. I kind of know who they are and what they're going to do, so I think that covers them all. Day 15 was open package 15. Package 15 is the s'mores challenge. So what I did, I'm waiting, it's early, so I don't want to do it yet, but I got them, graham crackers, Hershey bars, and marshmallows. And I'm going to put them in little baggies so they'll be all set, and then they'll be wrapped into a package. And their challenge is to make s'mores, but you don't have a campfire, right? So how are you going to make it in the middle of winter? So I have one brother who doesn't even own a microwave, so there's no way he's melting the chocolate there. So how's he going to do it? They have gas fireplaces, not quite the same. So are they going to do it over a candle? Are they going to try, do they have an outside pit where they could do a little fire pit and make it that way? It's kind of, this one's a little bit more challenging for them. So it's like about how are you going to melt the chocolate and and roast the marshmallow and put it together. So I'm kind of curious to see what they do with this one and how they make it. So that is day 15. Day 16, outrageous wrap night. So on this, they have to wrap a present as badly as they can. And I have one brother who's known for just having the worst wrapped Christmas presents. It's just been a joke. And I mean, he goes over the top to make it look really, really goofy. So when you have something odd to wrap, like, I think in one year he had a watering can. Well, how do you wrap a watering can? So he just went over the top and had scraps from the wrapping tube and just outrageous stuff all over it. So that's one of the fun nights, is just come up with the goofiest way to wrap a present. And I think that's something everybody can have a little bit of fun with. Day 17 is take a Christmas photo to start a new tradition. So my parents, every year they take a photo on the stairs in our house with my 2 kids, and that's been their tradition since we had the kids, so 21 years of photos. But I wanted everyone else to get involved, like pick something and do that year after year. So if it's a photo in front of your fireplace, take one every year. Photo with your dogs, take one every year. So this was just to start a tradition of photos and then share the photo so we can all see it. Day 18 is cozy firelight night. Sit around the fire, play your playlist while having a snack. So again, bringing back the playlist, having them, and they're all doing the same thing. So if they want to FaceTime each other or call each other, they can, or they just can sit in silence and have their playlist going and just have a nice cozy night around the fire. Day 19 was baking day, so we talked about that already. So this is where we're either going to all get together and bake, or if my brother can't come from Connecticut, he can FaceTime us while we're all baking, something like that. Day 20 is, so this one's is definitely different depending on different people. So this one was read a Christmas related Bible verse and journal about it. So I have some, my brothers are very deeply religious and they'll enjoy that. For my daughter and I, we have something totally different that night because that's just not something that we get into. But actually for my daughter and I on this day, it's wear your PJs all day, holiday PJs all day, and order takeout. So you're not going to leave the house all day. You're just going to be goofy and run around in your PJs. So that's what we're doing on that day. The 21st is silent night, and that's reflect and journal on Christmas past, present, and future. So what are some of the things that you have loved about the past? What are you thinking about the Christmas this year? And what would you love to see in the Christmases in the future? So again, bringing out their journal and journaling on past, present, and future. Day 22, open package 22. So if you're you follow the Christmas tradition, it's all about the birth of Christ, right? So this is celebrate birth by planting a seed and starting a new life. So I got out these little itty bitty, they're cactus seeds, succulent seeds, and I already had these little 2-inch pots. So I have a couple of them. So I already had these, so this didn't cost me anything to do. And I'm going to give them a little baggie of soil with a couple of seeds mixed in, and then they're going to put it in the pot, and they're going to grow a little succulent. So I thought that was kind of cute. Day 23, write a list of your journal. Oh, my dog has found the marshmallows. No, you can't have the marshmallows or the chocolate. Write a list in your journal of 25 things you're grateful for. So again, we're getting the journal back out, but it's just, again, now we're getting to really, we're very close to the holiday season, so I want to keep things very simple, but I want them to be in the frame of mind of, really being grateful for everything that they have. And then day 24 is write your letter to Santa. Very important. So again, they're going to have their journal, and they don't have to share it with anybody. So I know it's a little bit goofy, but everybody should have that bit of childhood memories of, writing your letter to Santa. So that's day 24. So that's what they're doing. So other things that I've mixed in, so like days when my brothers are kind of doing their thing, but it's not the same. I have a paint and sip day for my mom, my daughter, and I. So we're going to do that together. And we're going to paint some kind of holiday themed thing. So I already have all the supplies for that, so it's not going to cost me anything. And I put that on my mom's calendar, so it's just a way for her to have something to do when they're doing an activity that's not going to be right for her. Looking for some other things that I've done that didn't appeal to my parents. I think that was it. So mostly I mixed in some puzzles, like I said. And then for my daughter, on certain nights, I've got like the red toe night where we're going to paint our toenails red. So like when everybody else is getting their journal, because I'm not giving her a journal, we're painting our toes red that night. So that's kind of our fun thing. And the other thing I have her doing is we're going to adopt a holiday mascot. So we don't really do the elf on the shelf. She's 17, she'll turn 18 during this challenge, and it's just not her thing. So instead we're going to go to like a dollar store or someplace and get a new holiday mascot. So we won't have an elf, we'll have something. And that's one of her little challenges to do. So it's just something, again, a little bit different. So make sure as you're going through this, if you have variations, again, do it slowly so that you make sure that you have the variations on the right days. Everybody's staying together, and on the day that you don't like the Bible verse day, I had to make sure I had other things to do for my family. Also pay attention to where the weekends are. So your bigger things, or the things where you're getting together as a family, you want to make sure you've picked like a Saturday or a Sunday for those things. And then look, Mondays, you want to keep those kind of probably simple. So just be thinking through what day of the week each number falls on, so it's a kind of an appropriate thing. So this does take a bit of time. It's not easy. You got to package it. You got to think of it. You got to package it, and you got to kind of just put it all together in a way that makes sense. So it does take effort. So I don't want you to think this is easy, but it's awesome. And for me, it's a gift. Like, I'm already thinking, like, I don't have to go Christmas shopping for my brothers, because this is it. And it's going to take a lot of effort. A lot of love is going into this, but it's their Christmas gift. So I'm giving to them on Thanksgiving. If you're doing this long distance, you're going to be shipping, as you're putting your list together, be thinking, how am I going to ship this? Like, I wouldn't want to be shipping food. And I wouldn't want to be shipping anything heavy, bulky, anything like that. And I want to make sure you give yourself enough time. So if you want this to start on December 1st, when are you going to ship this so that they definitely have it in time? How are you going to tell them, hey, don't open this till December 1st, so they get this package, they don't know what it is. You don't want them to wreck the surprise. So as I said, I'm giving mine all to my brothers on Thanksgiving, and I'm explaining that it is their Christmas gift and that they can start on December 1st. So that gives me enough time, and I don't have to worry about shipping everything. I know we're all going to be together on Thanksgiving, so that I can easily get this to everybody and explain it once. So make sure you explain to people why you're doing it too. We went over your why reasons at the beginning. So make sure that you tell them, hey, I put a lot of thought into this, and I'm doing this because, and give them some of the reasons, because that will make it more impactful for them. If they know you created this because they won't be able to get out and do things, or because you wanted them to create some new memories, or because you want to be closer as a family. These things they're going to put more effort into it if it's not just this random, hey, I didn't know what to do today, so I put together this random countdown. If you explain to them why you're doing it and what you're hoping to get out of it, it will definitely have a bigger impact on them. And that's what I'm hoping for here, is that they'll all be into it. And because we're sharing on different days, it's like you can't really not do it, because I'm waiting for you on FaceTime, or we're going to have dinner together. So it definitely keeps us all together and kind of keeps everybody on track with doing it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot of ideas for your own. Again, make this your own. Throw in ideas, throw out ideas. Obviously, if you don't have a December birthday, you can't fold that idea in, but you can come up with your own ideas and have a lot of fun with this. I wish you the best of luck, but remember to give yourself plenty of time to put this together and put a lot of love into it. So that's it for this time. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.